Alright, welcome back to another episode on the Crossbar channel. Today's video, we are talking Champions League. Manchester City destroyed RB Leipzig today, and Haaland historical performance. And also Inter Milan went through with a draw against FC Porto. Anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's just dive into it. Alright, the game just ended. What a game for the Skies Blues. Manchester City tortured RB Leipzig, a poor RB Leipzig side, really. It was a goal feast. Erling Haaland scored 5 goals in one Champions League match. I think he tied for the record in a Champions League match, and definitely beat a 37 goal a season record for Manchester City. I think it's now 38 or 39 now. Erling Haaland, historical performance, led them. A lot of the goals were kind of some were lucky, especially the third goal when they were trying to clear the ball. They probably thought the ball had crossed already, the Leipzig defenders. But some of the goalie was there at the right spot, right place, right time. Most of the goal, actually. He was there, right spot, right place, right time. And that's what number 9 is supposed to be anyway. So no bashing Haaland for that. 5 goals is the historical performance, a great performance. 7-0 in the Champions League round of 16. I don't remember seeing such a score before in this. Well, in a two-legged game, yes, but in the one single game, I haven't seen such a 7-0 like that. Manchester City advanced to the quarterfinals. Kevin De Bruyne scored a beautiful goal, the last one actually. He finished up the act. Pretty much the last kick of the game, scored it, and that was pretty much it. I kind of knew that ball was going in when I saw the setup. As soon as he controlled the ball, the goal was there for the taking. You can see he could pick either side, with the accurate foot. You don't even need to strike it even any harder. You just place it. He had both angles open. Goalkeeper not up the task. So Kevin De Bruyne, heavily criticized. He's been questionable per Guardiola, actually. He's been coming off the bench. I've been worrying, is it falling off? I think he's falling off, though. Now, we see if Guardiola was right. I think Guardiola was trying to build him up, leading to this, benching him, talking about him in the press 2 days ago, and going a little back and forth between him and Guardiola in the press. I think it was to build Haaland for the remaining of the season, because let's not forget, he had a terrible World Cup. He in Belgium, terrible. It hasn't been that brilliant since the World Cup. He's been kind of also moody, Erling Haaland. He's been talking a little, we old this, it's an old team. I'm old, but I'm not old for this game. He's been a little moody, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne since the World Cup. And now I think Guardiola kind of noticed it, and he's trying to push him to get him start back in the groove. But I think it works. Today we saw he orchestrated the game. He wasn't absolutely brilliant, but he did his job, and that finish, that last goal, was just icing on top of the cake. It was perfect boost, confident booster, especially with the upcoming game in the FA Cup and the run they're about to go to before and when they face Arsenal in the league. So Kevin De Bruyne is waking up at the right time, and Erling Haaland too, and he's been scoring penalties. He's been kind of dragging his feet since he came back. Since January 2023, really, he's been dragging his feet. He hasn't been as exciting as he was in the first half of the season, but it was kind of expected. Nobody's going to stay hot for a whole season long. But they'll be keeping him afloat with taking the penalties. That's kind of confidence boosting. He missed some of them, actually, but he hasn't lost total confidence. He's a really confident player. You can tell his demeanor. Haaland and De Bruyne, are they back to the best level? City surely hope so. Good job, Manchester City. Historical performance, scoring 7 goals with a clean sheet, especially with this team. The way it was set up, to me, it looked like a defensive team when I looked at it. With hindsight, it doesn't look like a defensive team now that they score 7-0. But it is leading to the game when I saw the lineup, and I literally saw 4 central defender and Rodri. I was like, what? Is Guardiola playing scare tactic? Is he scared of this Leipzig team that really has no firepower? But when you start with John Stone, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, and Ake, Those are 4 central defender at your back 4. And Rodri, those are 5 purely defensive players. Like, no, we know Guardiola's system is predicated on, among other things, on attacking fullbacks. We love those fullbacks. So me seeing 4 literal central defender in the starting lineup, it was kind of, that was weird. I thought it was going to be Guardiola taking this game a defensive approach, but 7 goals. What you going to say? So maybe you should play with this back 4. Like, I think that gives you more solidity, and that gives the freedom of Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Grealish and Haaland to do whatever they want to do offensively, knowing that they literally covered by 4 central defender and Rodri in the back line. I think it works for them. I don't know if it was experimental or they didn't need to do it because of injuries or a player situation. But yeah, playing at the Etihad with this lineup was kind of weird, especially the back. It's pretty much classic, the front, but the back was kind of surprising. And on the other side, RB Leipzig came in, not much firepower. Christopher Nkunku still missing out of injury. Pretty much their best player, best scorer, at least of the season, was out. So not much threat going forward. I mean, Timo Werner, we all know his limitation. Such a promising player that's now falling off the cliff, really, before he can even really fully explode it. Conor Lima was really good this game, but again, what you gonna do against Rodri and all these boys in defense? Rome, Guardiola, Orban, Henrik. Guardiola, not a fault really in all the game. Well, maybe the first game. I mean, maybe the first goal, the one after it was De Bruyne strike, hit the ball, and I think he didn't react as quick as he should have. Haaland beat him to the punch. But other than that, all the other goals, really, that's Guardiola's fault. Plus the first goal, really, the penalty, and not so much a penalty, really, to be honest. To be honest, what's Hendrik supposed to do? I understand his arm was extended, but if intention matter, there's no way he can know where the ball is. The ball is literally behind him. So you hit the ball, and it's not like once the ball hit his arm, it prevented a goal or prevented someone else to get the ball. It was like plethora of players. Anyone could have gotten that ball. So I think the penalty was a little generous for Man City, but nobody's going to talk about it now since they won 7-0. Had there been a 1-0 win or a 2-1, that penalty would have been a bigger deal than it ended up being now. But I definitely thought it was too generous of a penalty. But home teams usually get those type of calls, with the fans screaming and everything. With what's at stake, usually home teams get those type of calls. But I'm not mad at them, and nobody will be, especially, like I said, they won 7-0. That was the game for RB Leipzig and Manchester City, 7-0. Historical win for the Sky Blues. Erling Haaland scoring 5 in one Champions League match. And passing most goal in the season for Manchester City. I think the record was 37 goals, and he passed it tonight. So congrats to Erling Haaland at such a young age, making history, doing big things, and pretty much rivalry with Mbappe. I can already anticipate the talks, tomorrow morning in the English media. Not just the English media, really, pretty much in all the media. Again, the Ballon d'Or talk for this season is going to be, is Mbappe out of the Ballon d'Or race? If you're out in the Champions League on a run of 16, can you make a case for a Ballon d'Or that's going to be held solely on the Champions League? Because let's not forget, the World Cup this season technically was 2022 World Cup. It was not this 2023. Unless it's going to count for anything. I know it will count on people's mind. It probably will count. But it really was the 2022 World Cup. And this is the 2022-2023 season. So we will see. I think it might get Mbappe out of the Ballon d'Or race. Especially if, the problem is, if Haaland and Manchester City lose in the quarterfinal, then Haaland's not going to win it. But Haaland has a case, even if he missed the World Cup, if Man City wins the Champions League and he keeps playing the way he plays, he's going to win the Ballon d'Or over Mbappe. Now, would they make Mbappe? Now, we all know how much he's chasing that Ballon d'Or. He chases that Ballon d'Or. He's chasing that Ballon d'Or. Let's be honest. If Haaland go further than him, is going further than him in the Champions League, if Haaland is considered in the Ballon d'Or above him at the end of the season, his move to a different club might be more imminent than we think. He might swallow that pill if someone like Messi wins it or some random other player. Yet again, Messi shouldn't be able to win it because, he won the World Cup, but he already won the best. He didn't. He stopped at the Champions League round of 16, just like Mbappe, same team, so same limitations right there. Whoever win the Champions League, their best players gonna win the. Now, is it gonna be Manchester City? Is it gonna except if it's Bayern Munich, because they don't really have a clear-cut best player at Bayern Munich. It's more of a collective type of effort than it is a star-driven team. So unless Bayern Munich wins it, which I don't really see, maybe if they win, Mane might win it, Sadio Mane. But unless Real Madrid wins it again, I was gonna say I don't think so. But Real Madrid always found a way with their talent on the pitch, or you know what they do. But yeah. So, anyways, that was a little segue on Haaland performance in the Champions League can put him closer to the Ballon d'Or than Mbappe. Would that mean Mbappe would then want it to be in a different club so he can challenge every year for the Champions League, which would get him to the Ballon d'Or? That's his ultimate goal. He already won the World Cup with his country. He's probably going to get another shot. He already won the World Cup. He already been in the World Cup final. He's going to get another chance with France at the Euro. Every single year with France, because of the talent that France has, he's going to be in the mix for the international competition. Now he's chasing the Champions League, really, and the Ballon d'Or. So, congrats to Erling Haaland. I know we're starting the thing. I'm starting it. You can't talk about Haaland without inserting Mbappe in the conversation, and you can't talk Mbappe without inserting Haaland anymore. Are we manufacturing that rivalry, or is it an actual rivalry between the both of them? I know we're all eager to have another Messi, Ronaldo. This is not going to be the same because, first of all, they're not both wingers, and none of them are going to score that many goals that Messi and Ronaldo were scoring. But maybe because their profile, they're high profile, high scoring, young talent, they're going to be mentioned in the same breath. Not every time one achieves a thing or the other one does not. But yeah, other than that, Inter Milan went through. They draw 0-0 against FC Porto today in Portugal. Inter have to win at home in San Siro 1-0. That was a pathetic game to say the least. There was some opportunity here and there, but overall it was hard to watch. I watched both games because I wanted to talk about the game. As I was watching it, there was really nothing to talk about on this game except Onana made a bunch of great saves and the post and the crossbar saved them a few times. So Onana was on his point when he needed to. He made the save. Really solid goalkeeper, and also they got lucky a couple of times. But other than that, Inter Milan did not provide any type of game that was nice to see or any consistency during the game. But they went through. That's all that matters, really. That's hearing Simone Inzaghi talk after the match. All that matters now is the next phase. We made it, and let's see what they're gonna draw. If they struggle this way against FC Porto, struggling to score, struggling to create chances mostly, it's going to be hard to compete with the rest of the team that's coming up in this round of quarterfinal. I'm talking about Man City, maybe Real Madrid. Real Madrid's pretty much a done deal. Napoli's going to be a done deal. Bayern Munich, offensive team too. So, Inter Milan's going to have to find a way to score goals. They're not going to keep going by conceding less goal than the other one. It's about time to score more goal than the opposition. And that's Inter Milan and Simone Inzaghi to figure out. That's pretty much it for the game today. Again, 0-0, Inter Milan and FC Porto. Inter Milan goes through. Manchester City dismantle RB Leipzig 7-0. What's next for my boy Guardiola and Dominic Szoboszlai? You can see the body language. These two, first of all, Nkunku's already gone. He already signed to Chelsea, so he will be gone this summer. Now the next two up are Guardiola and Szoboszlai. I can bet my money on they're not staying longer at RB Leipzig. They're not. So we see what the summer holds for these two youngsters, Jusko Guardiola and Dominic Szoboszlai. And then tomorrow we have Real Madrid hosting Liverpool for the second leg after the 5-2-1 in Anfield. I think it's pretty much over, if you ask me. But Liverpool is notorious for comebacks. But we see. And we also have Napoli and Eintracht Frankfurt, 2-0 for Napoli in the first leg in Germany. So Napoli is hosting, and Napoli is up 2-0. So Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia need to finish the job. I think they will, unless major something weird happen. I don't see it, unless early red card and penalty. Napoli's been fantastic all year, coasting to the Serie A league table and the Champions League finish first, and then the better position now for winning 2-0. So they really have all the cards in hand. So last 2 games will be Real Madrid, Liverpool, Napoli, Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm betting on Real Madrid to go through and on Napoli to go through. And then we'll come back and discuss the draw of the quarterfinal. Anyways, let me know what you think about Erling Haaland's performance. Do you think Erling Haaland excelling in the Champions League puts him above Mbappe in the Ballon d'Or talk end of the season? If he goes deeper and deeper and perhaps wins it, would that make Mbappe not want to leave PSG? Because I think he's okay with Messi winning the Champions League. I mean, winning the Ballon d'Or, because it's Messi. You can't really hate on Messi. But if anyone else in the new era wins before him, isn't it an indictment on him, maybe? Let me know in the comment below who you got, and I'll see you guys on the next one.